It's a beautiful day here in the Kakalaki. As you may or may not be able to see, this is my bushy property. God, I gotta cut those bushes. Grass is getting kind of hairy looking too. So, I have some work to do. I'll get to it. And I know you guys are gonna, some of you guys might say, what the? Yep. Hey, I bought it. I earned it. Been wearing this jacket for years. Good morning, folks. Mike Kaylee 7 here. Today is, I don't know, the 19th of July, I think. I think this is my niece's birthday, if I'm not mistaken. Happy birthday, Brianna. I can never remember if it's the 19th or the 20th. I noticed in my last video that with the windshield down, there was a lot more wind noise. So I'm sacrificing my comfort for you folks. And there's no music on this video. Because I want you to hear the bike. And I don't know if you can. So, on the Facebooks, there's a new trend I just saw, and I gave it a try. It's called Face App. I got it from my iPhone, because I saw my friend had done it, and it really works. It takes your face and it ages it to basically what you're probably going to look like when you're really, really old. And I'll try to put the picture in the video here. But, wow. Wow. I look like my mom when I get old, apparently. My youth I spend looking like my dad, and my old age, apparently I'm going to look like my mom. So that was kind of cool. You might be seeing a lot of those coming up now, and then I'm sure there's going to be memes making fun of it. Making yourself look old. You don't need to use an app. You already do. Ha 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 ha. Something like that. You know what I mean? I was watching a motovlogger I stumbled across because I was just, futting about on the YouTubes. And I thought, let me look up a video on the Honda Fireblade, because that's always been kind of a fantasy bike for me. Something to get killed on, right? So, I found this guy. His name is, let me see, what's his name? Mr. Fish, the Chronicles of Mr. Fish, the story of Mr. Fish, something like that. British guy. And he did a good review. It's a road rider's review, and you can tell he's got experience doing this. I don't know how long he's been doing it, but he's really, really funny and just great. So I subscribed to him within like 5 minutes of watching his video. Like, oh yeah, this guy is worthy of a sub. So check him out. Something, the Chronicles of Mr. Fish, or if you look up, you know what I'll do? I'll put the link in the description. How about that? There you go. Problem solved. I need to make more use of that damn thing. I get people asking me all the time, what motovlog setup I have, and what helmet, and this, that, and the other. And so the majority of the questions I get, I just put that in the description now. People still ask, and then I say, look at the description. One video, I said, I'm on, the title was West Virginia 150 toward Marlinton. And somebody said, what road are you on? It's in the title. Maybe they just didn't notice the title. Alright, so today's topic is the 2020 Harley-Davidsons. I know it's funny that I'm making this video about Harley-Davidson as I ride a Honda, but I am interested in the new stuff that Harley's been working on. They've got a, they call it the bare knuckle, apparently. It's a naked sport bike type bike. It's got a new 60-degree V-twin, liquid cooled. They're going to have, according to Dan the fireman, like 9 different versions of it, so you can get all kinds of CC levels and stuff. And I'm sure that compared to a Fireblade, you know, it's going to be laughable. But I think it's a first step into a new market, which is going to get the kids hooked, hopefully. Well, then again, they'll probably charge you $50,000 for the damn thing. But if they can make one that's, you know, cheap enough for the 20-somethings to buy, maybe some of them will. And then maybe as those 20-somethings get older, if they like that thing, then they'll buy another thing and another thing and end up on, well, I was going to point to one of these, but end up on a Honda. No, maybe they'll end up on an Ultra like I did. There's also a Pan America. You probably have seen the pictures. A lot of people say it looks like RoboCop. And I think that looks cool. That's one of them dual sport type bikes. I would love to have a dual sport bike. As long as it's lightweight, easy to handle and all that jazz. And I think they had another one. I can't recall exactly the name of it, but it looks kind of like a cross between a Sportster and a Street Bob and what was that one that was like a drag bike? The V-Rod looks kind of a little bit like that too. It's one of them 60-degree V-twins again. I think they're moving to the 60-degree V-twin, folks. I think the 45-degree angle V-twin, I think that's going the way of the Dodo. And there's only so much you can do with a particular design before you have to go to a new design if you want to compete. So, and I imagine I can already hear it in my head here. That's blasphemy, and I'm not going to buy Harleys ever again because they're turning into Honda. I think Harley is doing what they believe they need to do to survive. And the market is getting older and older. And so a lot of you guys who are watching me, you're all going to be dead in 30 years. Sorry. Me too. You know, I'll probably be circling the grave. Or what do they call that? I'll probably be circling the drain in about 30 years, right? That's what you do when you get to be that old. And a lot of people stop riding because, you know, they're getting old and frail and they can't hold the bike up and jazz like that. So Harley has got to attract the younger crowd, and the younger crowd isn't into the stuff that the older crowd's into. I mean, for you older folks, you remember what it was like when you were younger. You didn't agree with the older people, and the older people condemned you, and you laughed at them. Well, that's the same thing, you know, just different decade. You don't like the sport bikes. Well, you know what? Too bad. You get on your Geezer Glide or get on your traditional bike, whatever it is, and have fun with that, but things are changing. You can't stop that. The market is the market. And you can condemn young people as being, oh, the future is totally screwed. That's what people said about us back in the 80s. My generation, I'm in my 40s now, almost 50. Remember that Ferris Bueller thing? I weep for the future. Well, this is the future he wept for. I kind of get it now. Anyway, so yeah, I like the new direction that Harley's going in. And I'm looking to, if I do buy a second bike at some point within the next couple of years, I think I'd pay this off first and then go looking for a new one. You know, an additional bike. I think this is going to be fine for now. But it would be nice to get, you know, like a a Pan America or a Street Fighter, depending on the quality and the price, of course. Harley really has to get a hold of their prices, because that's where they're losing a lot of market share. It's just too damned expensive. That live wire just pisses me off to no end. $30,000 for an electric motorcycle that only has a range of, what, 200? If you're going normal speed, like 60 or whatever? No. Anyway, that's just my opinion, right? So, alright, there you go. There's my little Harley-Davidson discussion / rant / whatever. It's my Kilm 7. And I will talk to you later.